For those of you that have been paying attention to some of the stuff that we've been focusing on recently, uh, number one concern we have is just the teaching protocol for, again, the young athletes all the way up to the older athletes. The other part that we've been real concerned about is that of posture. You'll notice I have a what we call a formal bow tie on, made by Spudding, and again this helps, as you can see, it helps to pull you back into proper posture, particularly when you're on a computer all day, or you've been doing a lot of things, working in the yard or whatever, where you're doing a lot of anterior movements, and it starts pulling your posture forward. This will help pull your posture back and maintain it in those things that you're doing that are contrary to what you're trying to accomplish with your posture. You can notice how it is attached in the back and from the side and also from the front. I also wanted to take this opportunity to cover the application of this along with the application of using the bands for developing the rear delt. So often that is not an area that gets developed very well. There's only one machine that I've ever been on that, for those of us that are anatomically or genetically challenged as far as integration and so forth, worked for me, and that was the hammer strength rear delt. Bill Gillespie, who is so well known from Liberty University, that's one of his favorite machines that he uses to enhance his benching abilities, which are considerable, as most of you know. All right, so what I wanted to do today is just focus entirely on the bow tie being used with the rear delt, and again, getting that rear delt activated. We're just going to use a mini band. I think too often we use way too much weight or resistance in the shoulder areas, and consequently we're activating a lot of other muscles, not getting the shoulders really entirely integrated into the movement, and again, consequently not developing very well. So taking the mini band, which is the 25-pound resistance, what I want to do is to again reestablish the scapula is being pulled together, which is being helped now by the bow tie. All right, and then what I want to do is I want to start up at the upper position, which a lot of people are way too high when they're in the rear delt, and they get into the trap way more than you would like. So what I want to do is work down and search and pull through until I can feel that rear delt really activating. I don't like the straight arm approach because there gets too much tricep involved. I like a bent arm approach, so that we're actually activating and working heavily into that rear delt. So that again, the posterior delt and good posture is all being adhered to. And we can search around, start a little bit lower. Don't let your shoulder get up too high. You want to keep it depressed, because this will help activate the rear delt better as well. Because if this goes up, then your traps start activating, and again, you don't get the maximum benefit from it. So I want to try to keep that shoulder down, keep the traps, keep the scapulas pulled back, and keep the traps out of it, and just search by pulling from the shoulder joint only, and the elbow is the only thing that should be moving, and searching through that rear delt as heavy as I can. And if I'm doing a good job of it and stabilizing, well, I'll also feel it in the opposite, both external obliques, but I'm also going to feel it in the what I call the power center. Most people refer to as the core. I like to change where my thumb is as well while I'm doing this, so that again, it's going to be down, it's going to be neutral, or excuse me, parallel to the ground, or it's going to be up at 90 degrees from the ground. And just keep, again, searching. I got a little too much arm in there when I started getting fatigued talking. So again, searching through that rear delt, trying to establish a good contraction through the rear delt, and not getting into a lot of other musculature when I'm doing that. A mini band is most I go with initially. A micro band would be even better for the younger athletes or for those that have shoulder issues.